There was some dialogue with reference to whether motorcycle.com ought to try and cover e-bikes, an uncertainty that got tossed out the window when we understood we were discussing extraordinary bike manufacturer, but rather Yamaha, and furthermore that we had the chance to have the Supreme Mark Cernicki example the 4 new Yamaha e-bikes for Mo's benefit. Well before he turned into the person who featured in all the cycle world legend shots and recordings up until a couple of years back, Cernicki was a master skateboarder and BMX fellow. Boning the nose down to arrive on the precarious progress confront, I bonked the lip of the passage with my front wheel, and down I went level all over. While I soil-rested with skin from my upper lip fluttered over my mouth, as I seeped from new divots in my foreheads my shades had upon effect, a broiler clock rang, bing. Waking from this soil-part wander off in Fantasyland I was a young man and asked, "Mama, are the treats done?" As I moved over with my new bruised eye, the children encompassing me, including my own particular 5-year-old child, were dismayed. And there were no treats, my mama was no more. Simply blood, sweat and the scoffs of overwhelmed kids. That is the last time I rode a mountain bicycle. Recently, I haven't invested sufficiently about energy riding pleasant bikes, not to mention ones with engines. Along these lines, I was super fed when my Mo brothers gave me this e-ticket welcome for the main ride on Yamaha's 2018 Ford display lineup of pedal-help bikes. Presented at Interbike 2017, Yamaha declared its expectation of entering the US e-bike showcase with 4 totally new models, Urban Rush, Cross Connect, Cross Core and YDX Torque. On the off chance that you hadn't heard, I had no clue, Yamaha cases to be the greatest maker of e-bikes on the planet. It sold more than 4 million drive units over the most recent 25 years and nearly that numerous bicycles. Riding a power-helped e-bike is much the same as riding a bicycle. Begin accelerating and you take off like you have a solid tailwind blowing your direction wherever you're going. You get the chance to pick how hard you need to function, to sweat or not to sweat, that is the issue. You answer it by flipping your determination of help with your left thumb as opposed to holding it out to hitch a ride. It's not enchantment, it's electric. One completely charged lithium particle battery, shared by each of the 4 models, implies up to 4 hours of help driving us forward in our comprehension of this new class. Nature started with some of the controls that are the same on each of the 4 models. With a thumb-impelled trigger you can look here and there through the alternatives on the multi-practical LCD show. Power levels are obviously prompted with hues related to the 4 or 5, on YDX Torque, help levels, making it considerably simpler to make determinations when progressing. Yamaha's intense multi-practical show mounting framework can be moved to additionally enhance the rider's optical reference inclination. Vitals showed on screen include, remaining battery rate, speed, normal speed, max speed, odometer, trip separation and mile per hour. The LCD screen was sufficiently simple to peruse in our relative test conditions and in the assortment of mount situating related with each model. Connect to mount for your telephone and there is a smaller scale USB port to suit charging. Give us a chance to pedal. I was allocated a cross core, edgy, stylish, fitness focused says Yamaha, and measure medium on our first stretch. Level grasps on level bars spread the heap on the hands, while variable wrench arm lengths are a decent touch and obliging rider achieve triangles on little, medium and vast edge sizes. Agreeable as we set off, I flipped through power settings Eco Plus /Eco /STD and High before staying with Eco to get comfortable with the principles of engagement. Remember, it is a bike, there is no throttle, simply pedal and the 3P framework considers wheel speed, outfit position and Nm of torque being connected at the wrench to check help. What's more, there is a sweet recognized, a help me rhythm where engine yield is amplified. Pedal too hard more than 110 revolutions per minute, or surpass 500 watt-hours, and the PWSC arrangement engine will release you only it. As a gauge we ceased at the base of a short however truly soak-cleared climb. When killing the framework, to set up a benchmark climb, it took the most minimal pinion combo of the cross core's 18 paces and some snorting to get to the best. The second endeavor was taken in the high help setting, and on this pass I could stay in the taller of the 2 front sprockets and hone wheelies to figure out the Shimano manual circle brakes. The third climb saw me exchanging amongst Eco and STD, where I found the greatest advance in help levels. In actuality, That progression up in health had me quickly sniffing a float of crisp tree batter, just subsequent to moving from Eco to STD. While we lying delicately along adjusted and not accelerating, I expected to start accelerating again to keep the bow up. Sadly, my underlying pedal weight, one of the 3 P's the ECU measures, was sufficiently substantial to make help go ahead more grounded than anticipated, and there I was by and by, flying prostrate just before touchdown level on my back on mother blacktop. Haven't we met previously? As I lay there, I had room schedule-wise to value that in any event I wasn't sweat-soaked, and to think about how much more extensive the bicycle torque edge will develop with the e-bike. These things are extraordinary, and will enable more individuals to think about driving by bike with no sweat and without the huffing and puffing. The majority of them will keep the 2 wheels on the ground. Urban Rush, Weekday Speed Adventurer, was the second bicycle I rode on the similar circle for examination purpose. Dark is the single shading alternative on the Rush. Fortunate I like dark. Also, I was charmingly shocked by the expansive-ish top container of the drop bars. It was somewhat of a span to the enchanting Alert, used to pay lovely regard to people on foot we passed. The Urban Rush felt smooth at its 20 mph helped top speed, and another shock originated from included knock assimilation by means of greater e-bike particular cyclocross type tires. The front wheel did tumble over into turns at a slower pace. Merriments proceeded when I was told on the pedal back that the pannier rack, with fundamental taillight and bumpers seen on the Urban Cross, could be mounted on the Rush Core, after expulsion of plastic boards covering the mounting focuses. I invested a significant part of the short energy I had on the Urban Rush envisioning it kitted up with adornments, how it could be utilized to get around town and how far the Rush could be ridden. Range fluctuates with landscape and health levels, however supposedly up to 4 hours.